Hare Krishna, and we're back with Raja Vidya, the King of Knowledge, by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Page number 35, Chapter 4, Knowledge by the Way of the Mahatmas. The presence of Krishna in all aspects of the creation is perceived by the Mahatmas, the great souls, who are always engaged in the worship of Krishna. As Krishna himself states, these great souls are conversant with the confidential knowledge found in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and they know Krishna to be the source of all things. Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritim ashritah bhajantyananya manaso gyatva bhutadim avyayam. O son of Pritha, those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. Bhagavad Gita 9.13. The great soul knows without a doubt that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that He is the origin of all emanations. The Vedanta Sutra states, Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Human life is meant for inquiring about Brahman. At present, we are all engaged in studying temporary, small things. Brahman means the greatest, but instead of concerning ourselves with the greatest, we have become enmeshed in trying to solve the animal problems of eating, sleeping, defending, and mating. These small problems are automatically solved. Even the animals are enjoying mating, sleeping, eating, and defending. The arrangements are all provided. These demands of the body are not really problems, but we have made them into problems. The Vedanta Sutra enjoins us not to concern ourselves with these problems, for they are satisfied in any form of life. Our problem is to inquire about the source of all these manifestations. The human form of life is not meant for struggling hard to solve the material problems which even a hog, a stool-eater, can solve. The hog is considered to be the lowest among animals, yet he has eating facility, mating facility, sleeping facility, and facilities for defense. Even if we don't strive for these things, we will have them. Man is meant, rather, to find out the source from which all these things are coming. The Vedanta Sutra states that Brahman is that from which everything is emanating. Janmadyasya yataha. Philosophers, scientists, yogis, jnanis, and transcendentalists are all trying to find out the ultimate source of everything. This source is given in Brahma Samhita, Sarva Karana Karanam. Krishna is the cause of all causes. Understanding Krishna to be the primal source of everything, how do the great souls act? Krishna himself characterizes them in this way. Shatatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridhavrata namashyantascha mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. Quote, always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. Bhagavad Gita 9.14, unquote. That glorification is this process of Bhakti Yoga, the chanting of Hare Krishna. The great souls, understanding the nature of God, His descent, and His mission, glorify Him in so many ways, but there are others who do not accept Him. Krishna also mentions them in the 9th chapter. Avajananti mammudha manushim tanumashritam param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Quote, fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature and my supreme dominion over all that be. Unquote, Bhagavad Gita 9.11. The mudhas, or foolish men, who are lower than animals, deride him. Any person who doesn't believe in God must be either a madman or a fool number one. There's no reason not to believe in God, and there is every reason to believe in Him. Man may say that he doesn't believe in God, but who gives him the power to say this? When death comes, the speaking power ceases. So, who is giving the power of speech? Has the speaking power come automatically from stone? As soon as the speaking power is withdrawn by the supreme authority, the body is no better than the stone. The very power of speech is proof that there is a supreme power who is giving us everything. A Krishna conscious person knows that whatever he has is not under his control. If we do not believe in God, we must believe in some power beyond us, which is controlling us at every step. Call that power God or nature or whatever. There is a controlling power in the universe, and no sane man can deny it. Haribol! Krishna was present on this earth and appeared just like a human being with supernatural power. At that time, however, 99% of the people could not recognize him as God. They could not recognize him because they had no eyes to see. Param bhavam ajanantah. How is it possible to recognize God? He can be recognized through supernatural power, by the evidence of authorities, and by scriptural evidence. As far as Krishna is concerned, every Vedic authority has accepted him as God. When he was present on earth, his activities displayed were superhuman. If one does not believe this, it is to be concluded that he will not believe whatever evidence is given. One must also have the eyes to see God. God cannot be seen by material senses, therefore the Bhakti Yoga process is the process of purifying the senses, so that we will be able to understand what and who God is. We have power of seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, and so on, but if these senses are blunt, we cannot understand God. The process of Krishna consciousness is the process of training these senses through regulative principles, specifically through the chanting of Hare Krishna. Shri Krishna further characterizes the mudhas. Moghasha mogha karmano mogha jnana vichetasah rakshasim asurim chaiva prakritim mohinim shritah. Those who are thus bewildered are attracted by demonic and atheistic views. In that deluded condition, their hopes for liberation, their fruitive activities, and their culture of knowledge are all defeated. Bhagavad Gita 9.12. The word Moghasha indicates that the aspirations of the atheists will be baffled. The karmis or fruitive laborers are always hoping for something better to gratify their senses. There is no limit to where they will stop. They are trying to increase their bank balance and are hoping to be happy at a certain point, but that point never comes because they do not know the ultimate point of satiation. Those who are enamored by the attractions of illusory energy cannot understand the ultimate aim of life. The word mogha karmanah indicates that they are laboring very hard, but that in the end they will only meet with frustration. Unless we are established in Krishna consciousness, all of our activities will be baffled at the end. This is not the verdict of an ordinary man, but of Sri Krishna himself. If we are searching for knowledge, we should conduct research to find out whether Krishna is not God, without any objective. What is the point of thousands of years of speculation? The Supreme Lord is so vast that one cannot reach him by mental speculation. If we travel at the speed of mind and wind for millions of years, it is not possible to reach the Supreme by speculation. There is not one single instance in which one has arrived at the Supreme Absolute Truth by means of his own mental speculation. Therefore, the word Mogha Jnana indicates that the process of mundane knowledge is bewildering. Through our own endeavor, it is not possible to see the sun after it has set. We have to wait until the sun reveals himself in the morning at sunrise. If it is not possible with our limited senses to perceive a material thing like the sun, how is it possible to perceive the non-material? We cannot find out or understand Krishna by our own endeavors. We have to qualify ourselves through Krishna consciousness and wait for him to reveal himself. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamu payantite. To those who are constantly devoted and worship me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. Bhagavad Gita 10.10. Jai, let's conclude today's episode with this Chatushloki. Chatushloki is like the 4 key verses of the Bhagavad Gita, which have the most essential of the message given in the Bhagavad Gita. So this is one of the Chatushloki. So this is a very important verse which gives out that essence that if you are devoted and worship the Lord with your love, he gives the understanding by which you can come to him. Jai! So, thank you so much for tuning in today, and we shall continue in the next episode tomorrow. The link to this book is in the description, so please check it out and read along with us, and we shall see you next time. Haribol.